This is my wrist prehab routine from September 25th. So I started off with external and internal rotations of the arms. And for each of these exercises, I did about 10 to 15 reps. So just smoothly rotating the arms internally and externally with the elbows fully extended. Then I went into unilateral first knuckle raises. So this is a wrist push-up variation that focuses on wrist flexion, strengthening the tendons, muscles, and tissues on the flexor side of the wrist, hand, and forearm. So the elbows are straight and the shoulders are above the wrists. And then I like to do some wrist circles in between the wrist exercises. Then I went into a flexor compartment dynamic stretch. The fingers are pointing behind, and I'm gently rocking forward and backwards, creating a dynamic stretch of the flexor compartment of the wrist and forearm. Again, going through a few wrist circles and then coming to my next exercise. So in this exercise, I'm loading the fingertip push-up position, just applying an isometric load onto the finger joints. And focusing on activating the fingers throughout that motion. The next exercise, I'm beginning to stretch the posterior compartment of the wrist and forearm, going through this flexion at the wrist, which stretches the extensors. And I'm going gently. I'm applying a light load to the wrist, nothing major. And I'm focusing on elbow extension in terms of the elbow. And I'm applying a little bit of a longer stretch on the last rep. Next, I'm coming into a bilateral extensor compartment dynamic stretch. Again, focusing on having the elbows extended and a gentle light load on the wrists. And the next exercise I'm going through is a wrist deviation push-up, taking the wrists through ulnar deviation and radial deviation. And I'm using a relatively light load here. Practitioners can try any of these exercises in a more extended position, either with the knees further back or in a full push-up position. And you can also lighten the load of any of these exercises by bringing the knees closer to the hands. And I'm focusing on being mindful of the quality of the movement